Hello and welcome back to the LunchCast.
Hello.
So, last time we talked about Thanksgiving and whatnot, how Thanksgiving's over. How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was pretty good.
Yeah?
How was yours?
Oh, it was great. Did you do anything special?
Not really. Went up to Ohio. Saw my family. Stayed up in my room most of the time.
Yeah.
No cell service, barely any data, no Wi-Fi, no cable television. I mean, there's not much to do.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, I came back here on Saturday night to a little get-together thing that my friend was throwing, so that was fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
Just, basically, I didn't really do much of anything, to be honest. But, yeah, we went to my aunt's house. Had a good time. Would have been better if the Colts won, but, Andrew luck on injury. Can't really do much about that.
Can't win them all.
Nope.
They play Monday, though, so let's pray for the best.
Yep. Anyways, right into our first topic. So, do you have any TV obsessions?
Yes, I do. What about you? Do you?
Oh, yes. Of course I do.
I watch The Walking Dead and The Office like there's no remorse.
Yeah. I pretty much live in my room on Netflix and watch The Office. And every Sunday night comes around, I gotta tune in to The Walking Dead.
I am dedicated to that show. I have a youth group every Sunday at my church. It starts at 6 and it gets out at 8. Walking Dead starts at 9. But my priest will always, always, always keep me afterwards for a good half hour or so to talk. And then it takes 25 minutes to get home from the church. And so when he keeps me and my mom after, it's like I'm busting it into my house to pull up the laptop and watch.
Yeah. So, what do you like about the shows?
The Office, I just like how it doesn't have to be all sci-fi and it doesn't have to be all weird. It is like normal, like an everyday thing, but they turned it into a comedy with jokes and yeah. And then The Walking Dead, I mean, what's not to like? There's zombies, there's blood, there's gore, and I mean, it's a little bit of everything.
Great storyline there.
What do you like about them?
Well, obviously I'm a humor kind of guy. And The Office has a lot of that. And The Walking Dead, it just has a great storyline and a lot of action in it. It's really awesome.
Always keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in the newest season, which if you haven't seen it, you should check that out.
Go to Amazon Video or AMC.com. They do it. Just watch it.
It's amazing.
Alright, so maybe a little spoiler alert just in case, but what do you think of like the new season, I guess?
I don't really know what to think, to be honest. I mean, I think they need to do more than what they're doing. Like, instead of, hanging back waiting for them to come every week to collect their stuff, they should take action, connect with the other groups, and take them on.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, but what I do like about it is that I think with every other bad guy we've had, the governor and I don't even remember his name, but the Terminus dude.
Yeah.
Like they
Cannibals.
Yeah. No going back, Bob.
Tainted meat.
Tainted meat. But
I'm sure most of our listeners are clueless as to what we're talking about.
yeah, we're the only huge Walking Dead fans, I guess. But I mean, with all the bad guys they've had so far, it's like the guy from Terminus, he was in 2 episodes, and then he's dead. The governor, he had 2 episodes dedicated to just him, but when he was actually with Rick, he was only in 5, and they killed him. I think with Negan, they need to drag him out longer, because I think he can be a great character to them.
The thing I've noticed with Negan, compared to the other villains with Rick, is Negan knows how to get under Rick's skin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the other villains, he just took them on, he wasn't afraid of them, but with the new villain, he knows how to push his buttons and get him to do what he wants.
Terminus guy, immediately, he went after all of them. Rick, Glenn, all of them. He lined them up, was ready to slit their throats and everything, and then the governor went straight for Andrea and straight for Herschel and attacked the prison. But Negan, he's not doing that. He's like mentally just destroying him. He took him out into nowhere. He threw the axe out of the RV, made him go get it in a herd of walkers. Almost made him cut his own son's arm off.
Yeah.
And he just knows how to cut right to him. And he knows what he wants and he goes for it.
Yeah. So spoiler alert coming up, by the way, if you haven't watched the show and you're planning on watching it. Were you surprised on who they killed off?
Oh my gosh. Well, we talked about it a little. We both thought that it was going to be Glenn or Abraham. We predicted it. And then you watch it, and he chose Abraham, and he did his little thing to...
Yeah, peace sign, you know.
Sophia or whatever her name is, the black chick. And, yeah, he took it like a champ, and then I was not expecting Glenn at all.
Not at all.
He turned around and hit him, and it was honestly heartbreaking, because they dragged his out forever.
Yeah, I felt like he was, like, dying there for, like, 10 minutes.
Abraham, he did it, like, immediately, like, smack, came up, says, suck my nuts, and then he ended it.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, Glenn is like, he hit him twice, popped his eyeball out, he was still breathing and moving, and he spent like a minute and a half turned around talking to the group while he's over there, like, choking on his own blood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss Abraham more, though, honestly.
Definitely, because, you know, Abraham always had those funny comments.
Oh, yeah. He always had something to say for everything.
Yep. But how do you think Maggie's gonna cope?
I honestly don't know. I mean, she is pregnant, she's sick, she needed Glenn. I don't know what she's gonna do. What do you think she's gonna do?
I think she's eventually gonna lose it because she's lost her dad, her sister, now her
whole family,
her husband. Yeah, it's like she can't go on much longer.
I mean, I think a lot of people that I've talked to think that she is going to kill herself. But I talked to my parents a lot, and I think we all agree that no, like, if she was going to kill herself, she would have did it a long time ago.
Yeah.
If she's made it this far, I think she's going to play it out like a champ and just end up getting eaten or killed.
So there's a lot of speculation, at least that I've heard, that Carl will eventually become Negan's right-hand man.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, I saw that in the comics.
Yeah.
So that sort of ruined it. It also ruined the whole eye patch thing. It says on Amazon, I saw an action figure and it said Carl, and I tapped it and he had the eye patch and it said Carl with eye that has been shot out as Negan's right hand man. I'm like, oh good lord, thanks Amazon. But I mean, I looked into it and I mean, I think it could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Carl used to have his doubts about Rick. He used to want to turn away and run away and yada yada yada. He was evil. And I think that a part of that's still in him. So if his dad decides to keep giving in to Negan like this, Carl's going to go over there and take it into his own hands and probably end up joining the Saviors.
Yeah. I definitely think it's a possibility it could happen.
So, in that first episode, and then the couple following, we see Daryl a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen with him?
I don't really know yet. I think, because in the most recent episode, it showed Jesus and Carl in the back of the truck going there. I think something's definitely going to go down with that going on. But, yeah. I think either he's going to get Lucille or something else is going to happen. I don't really know what to think.
I think that this could be a leading point to where Carl turns over. I honestly, just a prediction, nothing based off of anything, but I think that Negan is going to call Carl, get him over there, and I honestly think that, like, he's going to convince him to join soon. And then as his initiation, I think he's going to have to kill Daryl.
Yeah.
I think that's what he's keeping him for.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying, because, I mean, I love Daryl, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Daryl, if you think about it, has been one of the only characters that was kind of in the first one, not really, but I mean, he's been there since the beginning.
Yeah. He's the longest running character besides Rick now that Glenn's gone.
Yeah, because Glenn and Rick were the two that were in the first one, and Morgan.
Yeah.
But he was only in like 4 since then. So, I mean, I don't
Not
know.
including since he's come to
Yeah,
Alexandria.
Yeah, I mean, he just made his appearance every now and then after credits and stuff, so.
Now, here's something that nobody really talks about, but it's kind of like a thing that I think could be important. What do you think about I can't remember her name, but like the old leader of Alexandria, her son?
Oh, yes, Spencer, I think?
Yeah. What do you think about him? Do you think he trusts Rick, or do you think he thinks Rick could backstab him?
Honestly, I don't think it's even just Rick. I think he is still very upset about his mom.
Yeah.
About his brother that was killed when they were out in that run. I think that he is just dealing with a lot, and he's going to end up blaming Rick and taking it out on him. Because I don't think he has a mind of his own. His mom and his dad didn't like Rick. Well, his dad's dead and his mom's dead, so now he's just stuck with their opinion. I think he's going to take it, and he's going to probably deal with Rick, but I don't think he's going to like him very much.
Okay, here's my thing on that. Like, you could obviously tell that Spencer, if that's his name, I don't know. But you could tell he was upset when he found out Rick took the stuff in the floorboards when Negan came to take half their stuff.
Oh yeah, he was ticked. He yelled at Rick.
Yeah.
And he talked about Glenn and like yelled at him and said, "Is Glenn lucky?" and stuff. And I mean, Rick's comeback was pretty weak and pathetic. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. He should have capitalized on that.
Yeah, I mean, he just turned around and you ever say something like that again, I'll knock your teeth out.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that's it? I mean, Carol was talking to Sam, the little boy, at the beginning of the season, and said that if he told anyone, she'd tie him to a tree miles away and leave him there for the walkers. I mean, and all Rick can say is, I'll knock your teeth out? All right, I guess he's losing it a bit.
Well, so now on to another lighter-hearted show that we watch.
Oh, yeah.
The Office. So, what do you think about that show?
Oh my gosh, that is a complete turnaround from Walking Dead. Like, usually you don't find people that watch them both, I guess. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Obviously, I started watching it because of you and Dominic.
yeah, and I started watching it because of Dominic.
Yeah.
We need to get him watching Walking Dead.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's just a very funny show because I mean they don't need a lot. Like, when you watch it, it's as if it's actually like
Real
filmed
life.
in an office,
Yeah.
like a documentary. Because I mean, all the jokes they're not like.
It's like real life jokes that people would crack jokes on in regular Office.
Yeah, like that's what she said.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael says that in every episode at least 5 times. I mean, like stuff like that. Like, just the characters are goofy. Like Dwight and Dwight and Mose are just so funny. And then like Jim and Pam, like their little thing, like
their little gags they pull on Dwight. It's
like
awesome.
they're pranking him. The Jello, they put all this stuff in Jello. I mean, like all this stuff, it's not far fetched. It's all stuff that could happen.
Now, obviously, the Jello is kind of over the top, but still funny.
It's still just funny.
Yeah.
Like when there's a fire that breaks out
Yeah.
and Michael comes out of the office going, "Oh God, it's happening! It's happening!" He sprints out and then it's like an interview. It's, yes, I was the first person out. Usually they say women and children, but we don't employ children. And I wouldn't want to be accused of sexism, so I was out first. I mean, stuff like that is just typical stuff that a goofy boss would actually say.
So thank you for watching the LunchCast. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram, email us if you have any good ideas for the show. It's all in the description. Anything else to say?
Stay tasty, my friends.